not die alone. If we die together, or we will survive both.
36 years ago, at 1 a.m. in April, in 1986, before the fall and the end of the Soviet Union, by 5 years, there was a human error in nuclear reactor number 4 in northern Ukraine. It changed the whole world for many years. Chernobyl disaster.
Accident at the Chernobyl atomic power station. The Russians confirmed.
It was one of the reasons the USSR ended.
Welcome to Britain.
It became the biggest and worst nuclear disaster in the world.
The Soviet Union and the Soviets have admitted that it happened.
We are going to Chernobyl.
Ukraine.
Today we're in Ukraine, at Kiev, the capital, which is a 2-hour drive away from Chernobyl. But we're going in a different way, not a usual one. It's a little bit scary. We'll get on a helicopter in a bit to Chernobyl. This river is frozen. We're going by helicopter, a private one. A helicopter fell on that day when they tried to clean it from radiation. It was a little scary, but we'll see areas from above to Chernobyl, in the name of Allah.
Okay.
It's not allowed to enter them. Okay, now the trip starts. A war's happening between Russia and Ukraine, and we're going to the borders because Chernobyl is near the borders with Belarus. When you hear of such disasters in the world, the biggest and the worst in history is Chernobyl. No disaster has ever spread like it. Radiation spread from Ukraine to Sweden and a lot of European countries. It's here. In Ukraine, there's still radiation and areas that are not allowed to enter till today. This radar is also close to the reactors. It feels weird getting close to the 4 reactors and see this arch, which was built on top of the reactor that exploded. To go deeper, we had to use a car and go there ourselves. Okay, once you enter to Chernobyl is a city and the station was named after it, but there are cities that were damaged more.
No one is living here.
Why?
Because this village is evacuated and no settlers remain in here.
There is radiation.
This territory is exclusion zone.
This was a hospital.
It was a hospital 37 years ago.
So these houses and schools and hospitals, very strange things, man. May Allah protect us all from harm. Now we're entering a city after the other. Now we'll enter Chernobyl, okay? And there is a welcome sign. Welcome to Chernobyl. This is the original.
In Soviet Union, this sign.
This is a statue of the founder of the Soviet Union right here. The city is calm. The silence is unbelievable. Oh my God. You see that? It's a radar. It was a secret in the Soviet Union. They say that they didn't know the purpose of it being here, but in reality it's a protector or a defense against missiles. It's a shield against missiles. The Soviet Union was unbelievable in the Cold War because there were 2 powers with nuclear capabilities.
They vibrate, sending the missiles back in the air.
Each of those is catching signal.
It sends back the missile up, and it sends it back to USA where it came from.
And this is next to the plant.
What they wanted is, if war happens in Ukraine, it will affect the whole world.
You will not die alone. If we die together, or we will survive both together.
Radiation didn't reach Kiev. Belarus was the most damaged country. Why? Because the wind blew against Belarus, Poland, and reached Sweden. Imagine, And though Kiev is close, it received very little radiation.
And this is Chernobyl city now.
We'll enter it in the name of Allah. We went to the first city completely abandoned. The second city on the map, everything around the station or the exploded reactor, 30 kilometers was affected.
This town looks so quiet and peaceful because this town is frozen forever in 80s of Soviet Union. Nothing changed since 80s. Names of the streets are the same as they were in Soviet Union. Monuments the same, no advertising around, no trash. Yeah, because this town looks the same as it was in Soviet Union.
This all happened because of an explosion of a reactor, a human error. It's called Chernobyl nuclear power plant. It has 4 nuclear reactors, and the explosion was in one of the reactors, reactor number 4, which you see in movies and documentaries. When this happened, Ukraine was under the Soviet Union. This is reactor number 4, the one that exploded.
A reactor number 4 is under that concrete.
It's not dangerous?
It's so much dangerous, man.
It's already a power plant. They put tons of concrete to trap the radiation and cover it. They put this concrete and closed it all. Now underground, there's radiation right next to us, but we don't know if one day will be opened, the concrete explodes and radiation comes out.
Exactly here, no, because they clean the area for workers. They clean this area, they renew everything here. So they are names of workers, of people who died because of the accidents. From here I cannot take pictures of the power plant.
It's a strange city, man. There's a sound of factories and silence at the same time. Nobody's talking. Look, right now, I'm 2 steps from reactor number 4. The human error, the explosion, which caused a disaster, the biggest in the world. They cleaned this way. All other roads have radiation. Terrifying sound. All praise to Allah.
On your right side, this is firefighter department. First firefighters came exactly. After the catastrophe, everything that was inside the reactor was thrown away like from the cannon. So graphite, concrete, metal construction, they fell here around. And they had to clean all this territory. They tried to use robots and machinery. It was more effective here on the ground. So we're staying somewhere here. Yeah, it's under the arch.
Do you know that this is the biggest and the worst nuclear disaster in history? By spreading, not by casualties. When the explosion happened, people who died were very few. A month after that, 30 people died. But radiation kills you over time. They couldn't count the number of victims. You're in danger of having thyroid cancer. May Allah protect us all and heal the sick.
But what's this?
They say that 10 to 90,000 people died. Every country gave a number and they're not very sure about them because they couldn't count. This arch is the biggest in the world. And it cost 2 billion. Imagine, the French built it, they brought it here, it was built elsewhere, and then they put it on radiation to cover reactor number 4. The area around the reactor was evacuated on a 30-kilometer radius on all sides.
One of the atomic reactors was damaged.
Trees and animals died, and all life forms in the area. And some forests became red-colored, and Chernobyl is still an empty ghost town.
This is the red forest, very contaminated area. So red forest was pine forest damaged by very high level of radiation. All trees, they became ginger yellowish color.
They say if you cross this, it reaches 100. This area is full of radiation. Look at that sign there. You can't pass through there. This is the area with the most radiation in the world. Look, this is called the Red Forest.
So over there you can measure even hundreds or even thousands.
Really? So we cannot cross
Yes,
there?
we will not go further.
It's because all these trees are contaminated. They cut them but couldn't clean the area. And then what they say is there are elements very small, you can't see them. May Allah protect us and you.
The closer we get to this area, it immediately rose to 8. 7.7. If we stay more than an hour, all the radiation will stick to our clothes.
But people in Soviet Union, they used to keep silence, they used to keep secrecy, otherwise KGB will come to your house and then you'll be taken somewhere to Siberia. That's why people used to keep secrecy and told nothing about the strange thing they see.
The closer you get, it starts beeping like this without touching it, and says that radiation is higher, because there's really radiation here.
Dangerous, depending how long you stay with these levels. Around 100, it's not a good idea to spend on this place.
A lot.
Yeah, minutes and hours.
This is Pripyat city, guys. It's the most important one in Chernobyl when you hear of Chernobyl.
Yeah, because there are very toxic elements like uranium, plutonium, americium, and there is chance to pick up some of these elements on your clothes or on your shoes.
The first 40 hours, this is the first city that got evacuated. They told them they'll be back in 3 days, it's only temporary, and since that day, in 1986, they haven't got back. This city is totally abandoned, nobody lives here. No one can live here. There was an amusement park here, we'll show it to you now.
But this city all abandoned.
Yes, all the city is abandoned, no one is living here.
It's like a ghost town.
This is a ghost town with 0 inhabitants. Remember Japan? It's the same here. But this is on a large scale. I mean, here there are buildings and apartments. You can even see the Soviet Union signs all over the place. And look at the park, because this is the most dangerous city. It is right next to reactor number 4. We can't put it on the ground. There may be some radioactive waste. It's so bad, she told me not to sit down.
Why is now doing teet 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 teet?
I think there is too much radiation now.
Now look at this building. From the time of the Soviet Union. Look, it's all abandoned. Radiation here is so high.
It's written not allowed to enter this place, this building.
Just like what happened in Japan. It's a ghost city, guys.